Hey everybody, John Hope Bryant coming to you straight at No Chaser. This is the Civil Rights Movement. I'm John Hope Bryant, the founder, chairman, and chief executive officer of Operation Hope, America's first and largest nonprofit financial services network for the poor, the struggling class, the teetering class, folks with too much money at the end of their money, folks like you and me. I'm also the CEO of Bryant Group Ventures and Bryant Group Motorsports that's coming, the Motorsports Academy. I'll tell you about that later. With Henry Ford III. It's going to be very cool. I see you guys signing on, so I know you didn't have any notice from me, so thank you very much. I see you signing on. I can't say your name from this far off, but I promise you I'll go post and type in comments directly to your questions. And I've authored several books. Love Leadership, The New Way of Leading the Fear-Based World. That's where we are today, in the fear-based world. Banking Our Future, Financial Literacy Primer for Children. That was done at Beacon Press, Dr. King's publisher. Out of Boston. My last book out of the pocket said Capitalism, Rebuilding the Path of the Middle Class. One of few African Americans in the world that's a best-selling author in economics. We need more of that. And my next book is called The Memo, be out in the fall. Got these two amazing ladies. I can't say beautiful because they're HR. If I say beautiful, I'm sure I'll be sued for something. They're beautiful. Beautiful, smart, intelligent, thoughtful, passionate, excited, good at what they do. We have a new member of our team. She'll introduce herself. I want to talk about the topic of building wealth in the name. And does keeping your word build wealth? Is that a form of wealth? I have said that there's a difference between being broke and being poor. Being broke is economic, but being poor is a disabling frame of mind, a depressed condition of your spirit. And you must vow never, ever, ever to be poor again. Go pull up my Hope Doctrine on Poverty, ladies and gentlemen. Just type it in the internet, pull it up, print it out, put it on your wall, because poverty has nothing to do with money. Yeah, I said it. You can give a homeless guy $1 million because you feel sorry for him. You just won the lottery. You don't change anything else, he'll be broke in 6 months. Because nothing's changed here, nothing's changed here, so nothing's going to change here. The word capital comes from the Latin root word capitas, means knowledge in the head. That's what capital means. And Andrew Young has reminded us that you can actually become wealthy from the neck up. You can solve your poverty from the neck up by thinking your way out of poverty, thinking differently. I'm not talking about basic food and water. No, that's called sustenance poverty. That's human dignity. Everybody should have food, water, basic health. I mean, that should be what the world provides, basic stability. I'm talking about beyond that. How do you build wealth, or how do you inspire poverty in your life? As I've said before, you hang around 9 broke people, answer it now, you'll be the 10th. That's right. So one way that you can succeed is to keep your word. When you don't have a lot of money, what you can do is make sure you keep your word. I've got some employees that I know, and when I call on them, Rachel Doff, Janae Roscoe, Dr. Anita Ward, Cheryl, there's people, when I call them, Sharmila, my assistant, Sir James, if I call them at 8 o'clock on Friday night, and they promise to do something, show up at 9 o'clock, I know they're going to be there. Or Saturday morning, I know they're going to be there. Or maybe they'll tell me no, I can't do that, John. By the way, quick yes and quick no has about the same value. But when somebody does not respond to you, they're hiding from you. We know you got the text message. In today's communication, how you got the text when you heard you won the lottery? How did you get the text when you heard that your cousin Boo Boo was ready to pay his $500 back that you loaned him 6 months ago? You respond to that text right away. But when somebody wants you to do something that's work, all of a sudden it's crickets. You can't hear a thing. All of a sudden I didn't see my phone all weekend. We know you lying. You know you lying. So just keep your word. And if you can't do something, just tell somebody straight you can't do something. And as I learned on the racetrack this weekend, I was reaffirmed for me on the racetrack when I was racing my car, when you miss an apex in the corner, own the mistake. Own it. Whatever's going on in your life, you got to own it. You got to own your successes, and you got to own your failures. As I put in this book, Love Leadership, the key to success is managing pain. You heard it. The key to success in life is managing pain. The pain you create for yourself and the pain visited upon you by others. And life is 10% what life does to you and 90% how you choose to respond to it. Now, what do I mean in relation to Operation Hope, which is where I'm at in the headquarters? I mean that when Claudia White or one of my other friends say to me, I volunteered. I signed up at the Operation Hope website. I heard your video. It was so inspiring. I went to the Operation Hope website to volunteer. I put in all my information, and then 2 weeks later, all I get are crickets. No one's responded to me. It hurts me when I hear that. And then they said, John, I did it twice. I'm trying to be one of your volunteers. I'm trying to be one of your civil rights leaders. No one responded to me. I go crazy. That drives me out of my mind because that's my word they're pivoting off of. They heard me say, see, this is why we've lost faith in leaders. This is why we've lost faith in institutions. That's why a message called Drain the Swamp works so well in Washington. Gallup has a figure that shows that 70% of Americans believe their government is corrupt. 70% of Americans believe their government leaders aren't honest. It doesn't mean that you got your hand in the piggy bank. It may mean that they just don't believe you're going to keep your word. That you're going to say whatever you need to say to some voter or whatever to get them to do what you want, but then you have no interest in them. You don't believe in them. You're not really backing them. You don't really care about them. And probably the worst sin that any leader can make, no, the worst sin that a human being can make to another person is to not see somebody. People want to be seen. You see me in an airport. Somebody here will tell you, what do? I may be running. I'll say, just a minute. Or I'll stop and I'll look you in the eye, shake your hand. I'll give you that 30 seconds. Because what that 30 seconds when I was a young man growing up would have changed my life. Leader looks at me straight in the eye that I admire and gives me some of his or her time. Or if I'm running, like it happened on the racetrack this week, I thought my car was burning up. Hey, slow. Be right back. I need to get a fire extinguisher. But it was a respect of acknowledgement. I see you. People want to be seen. And when you don't feel seen, you get depressed. Then you get angry. You start to feel resentful. And you start feeling it's all a game. So I apologize, even though I don't have to. We have 30,000 volunteers at Operation Hope. We got a lot going on. And we have 5,000 partners. We're in 4,000 inner city schools. We got 3 million almost clients. It's all good, right? Great story. I don't even have to do this video. I don't have to tell you that we screwed up. But you got to own your mistakes. And when I have one person, not 50 people, not 100 people, 30,000 volunteers, if I hear that, 0.5% of those people have had a bad experiences, it bothers me. So this lady is my promise keeper now.
Yes.
Because she had a good experience as a volunteer working at our Hope Global Forum, which is coming up April 10th through 12th. She thought, I didn't even know her. We had never met, right?
We had never met.
You got to talk louder. I am somebody.
We had never met.
I am somebody. All right. She'll tell you her story, man. She's going to introduce herself. But this is my promise keeper for Hope Corps and the FILE programs, fellows, interns, and loan executives. See, they love that. They're giving you thumbs up. She's going to introduce herself. She's going to give you her email address. Yes, her email address. And it may take her a while to get back to you because I'm sure her email will blow up. But if you go to our site and you sign up and you don't get a response in a couple weeks, you need to be sending her a note, right? And she will make sure that you get a response. So look, life is 10% what life does to you, and 10% what life does to you, and 90% how you choose to respond to it. Everybody knows nobody's perfect. Stop lying. Stop faking. We know you're not perfect. Operation Hope's not perfect. But how do you respond to your pain? How do you respond to problems? Do you own them and then you fix them? When you do that, you gain integrity. You gain respect. You gain strength, right? There are people watching now going, wow, this guy just acknowledged, right, that they're not running like a perfect shop. But I think they're also saying, but look what he's doing about it, right? He's got a solution maker, a promise keeper in place to fix it, right? And so, I even named names of who told me, John, you ain't doing nothing. I know you doing all that good stuff, but you're screwing up over here. That's what a real friend will do, and do it out of love. So I'm now going to make sure that we have a wonderful experience of our volunteers. We have a wonderful experience of our clients. We have to have our clients have a great experience, but we need to also make sure our volunteers and our partners and those who are on the back end of the civil rights movement also feel enriched. We're going to have a rewards program, an acknowledgement program for our volunteers. And I want colleges and universities to be lining up to work at Operation Hope offices around this country. Okay, now, I want you to introduce yourself, and then you can introduce your new hire.
Hi, my name is Cheryl Parker. I am the director of...
She can fire me. She can fire me. You're right. This lady here can fire me. Watch. Listen.
I'm the Director of Human Resources, and I will
HR.
say that it has been a pleasure to come on board and be a part of Operation Hope.
And not to fire me.
And not to fire him.
I'm her most troubled employee, for sure.
No, he's really not. But definitely we are here to acknowledge where we have not been as successful in the area of volunteers and file program. So,
And we're hiring, right?
and we are hiring.
Hey,
Definitely
folks,
are hiring.
we are hiring. We're opening 2 or 3 offices a week.
Yes.
We need financial coaches all across the country. And don't be sending me boo-boo and Sophronia, whose credit score is 280, right? Don't be sending me your cousin you trying to get off your couch that thinks work is in late, long lunch, leave early. Don't send me nobody I have to fire, because I will fire them. Send me your best, and we will put them in a position of excellence. Okay, I'll stop interrupting you.
So definitely
I'm
we
going
are
how many
hiring.
HR rules already?
You can actually go to our website at operationhope.org, click on careers, and we have everything printed of our open positions. And you click on one of the jobs of your interest, and it will direct you to fill out an application, attach your resume, and what happens is the recruiters will get back to you and actually do a phone screen based on your experience. In addition to that, we also have Melinda, who has joined our team.
But she came from really this volunteer experience you're talking about,
Yes.
right? And she's now working for us.
So Melinda, who we're going to let introduce herself.
That was a code word for John, shut up. Stop talking so I can get a word in edgewise.
And so Melinda, I met Melinda through one of our colleagues. She had formerly volunteered twice at our Hope Global Forum. And actually, the last time she volunteered, she brought her whole team from sorority. So we definitely appreciate her coming in. She and I had a phone conversation. She came in to see me. I was impressed with her credentials, and she came on board that day. So, Melinda.
So, hello everyone. My name is Melinda McLeodon. It is definitely a pleasure to be a part of Operation Hope. I am excited about the work that we are doing here. And as Chairman stated, this is something that he is extremely passionate about. So passionate that he knew there was a need for us to have someone who could connect and be a bridge between the work that we're doing and the volunteers that come forth and support us for that. So that is what my role is. That is my primary responsibility, not just because it has been assigned to me, but because it's my passion. I really enjoy connecting individuals with opportunities, and I think for those who would like to give back and serve and do their part, Operation Hope is a great organization to support. So if you are interested, or if you know someone who's interested, or if you have a child or young person who needs to do a little bit more, please feel free to email me.
But don't send us your knucklehead kids. You can't get, they've been kicked out of school. They've been put on detention. You can't even get grandma to keep them in the evening because they hard-headed. They won't listen. They curse everybody. Don't send us those kids, and I will send them back to you. Like I'll send them back like first-class mail with a stamp saying express. Send us your best. Don't be sending me to Homeboy Shopping Network. I don't want to see Boo Boo, Taquita. Actually, there's some great Taquitas, but I've not met one Boo Boo that's worth a dang. I want your best. Every family out here has got the best within them. And by the way, when I grew up in Compton, California, my next door neighbor was Tweet. That's in one of the books. Tweet was a disaster, right? But Tweet had great potential. He just had horrible role models. And if somebody could have got their hands around Tweet and given them some love, given them a black positive role model, maybe he would have reset himself. In fact, I'm sure he would have. And the guy might have ended up becoming the mayor of Compton where I grew up. He might have become a CEO. But unfortunately, Tweet got killed on the same street corner as my best friend George because he decided that his role model was going to be a drug dealer on the street corner. This is why what we do is so important. Watch how you live your life. It may be the only Bible that anybody else reads. Watch how you live your life. It may be the only Bible that anybody else reads. Ladies, young girls are looking at you. At work, at school, in the grocery store. at the club, wherever it is you're hanging out. These young ladies are looking at you, trying to figure out who they can be. Young men, these young men, black men, brown men, white men, I don't care who, these men are looking at you. Most of my followers are young black men on this platform, over 20 million viewers, because I think they're looking for, I'm told, for positive black role models. They're trying to find somebody to emulate who's done it legally, who's paying his taxes, who's making smart sexy, who's running an operation built it from scratch, who's framing out a vision of doing well and doing good, who's willing to acknowledge his strengths and his weaknesses, who's operating at a global level. I don't know what part of my life or what part of this story is inspiring to them, but whatever it is, I'm glad it's working. But that's a large part of who's following this movement. And by the way, I'm glad because that's exactly the group that's going to stand up the next generation of leadership in this country. But strength comes from strength. Iron sharpens iron. In the book, The Tipping Point proves that at 5% of role models, every community stabilizes. 5%. Can you be the 5% in your neighborhood? Can you be the 5% in your household? Can you be the 5% in your family? Can you be the 5% at your workplace? Can you be the 5% in your school? Can you be the 5% at wherever you are, your club, your group? Can you emulate and represent a new version of you? Step it up. Go to that next level. Because the next president of the United States, or the next entrepreneur, the next Steve Jobs, the next Johnny Johnson of Johnson Publishing, the next hero or shero, Dr. Dorothy Height, is looking at you for who they can be. They may be one of her Hope Corps volunteers. They may be one of her interns or fellows or loaned executives may be coming here. Maybe the next leader of the free world, the next person that she hires may change somebody's life by getting the right person up with a 700 credit score in one of these neighborhoods, and that person takes a 700 credit score, then starts a business, and then hires some people, and they hire some more people, and all of a sudden become the largest employer in Memphis, Tennessee, or Montgomery, or Birmingham, Alabama, or wherever, or Hattiesburg, Mississippi, or Los Angeles, California. Every big company was a small one. Everyone. And all wealth in this world, with the exception of wealth that came from drugs and crime and military contracting and war, all other wealth came from poor people. Walmart was Sam Walton with a pickup truck in the storefront. UPS was Jim Casey with $100 and a bicycle. Operation Hope, Bryan Group Ventures, whatever, came from a little black boy from Compton, California, South Central LA with a high school education, a GED, which Chris Rock calls a good enough diploma. But a mother who told that little man, I love you, Juanita Smith, I love you back, baby. Well, I said, I love you, you can do anything you want to do, young man. My dad owned his own business, so I had a sense of yes, I am, and yes, I can. Great role models, and then I went and found other role models. They didn't have to adopt me, I adopted them. I was all over like a cheap suit. Andrew Young ran for me for 10 years. I'll do that whole story about the Andrew Young role modeling experience. But watch how you live your life, you guys like that. It may be the only Bible anybody else reads. You can change the world, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have to get up here and be depressed every day. You don't have to feel hopeless every day about the state of our world. This is your country. This is your country. This is your country. You got to say it. This is my country. And nobody's going to take it away from me. But what are you going to do? Don't sit around and wait for the mayor to solve your problems. Don't wait for the president to solve your problems. Don't wait for Congress to solve your problems. Don't subcontract your democracy. Don't subcontract your life to anybody. Start where you stand. Find some young person who you can inspire. Find a mother, brother, sister who you can elevate. Get up on the ladder and pull somebody up after you. Go back get on the other side of the wall and reach on the wall and and pull somebody over with you. That is your legacy. That is how you get remembered. Not what you have, not what you do, but who you support defines the quality of your life. I love you much. I love you enough to talk to you straight. This is the civil rights movement. I see a lot of hearts there, a lot of thumbs up. I'm going to come back and do the comments later. This is the civil rights movement, ladies and gentlemen. Unbought, unbossed, unbiased. Coming to you straight and no chaser. From Atlanta, Georgia. with two of my sheroes of the civil rights movement, who end by reintroducing who they are, because I ran my mouth so much you may have forgotten, and she will give you the website address, and she's going to give you her email address, and I want you to find me some young people from colleges and universities who can become interns and fellows. We pay for our fellowships, by the way. We give a stipend for college education, offset the cost of college education. And a lot of folks we've hired have come from our FILE program. And if you want to volunteer, this is who you go to through the website. Okay, let's go.
I'm Cheryl Parker. I'm the Director of Human Resources. You can reach our resources of open positions on our website, operationhope.org. Click on About Us, click on Careers, and complete the application of the position of your choice, and we will be in contact with you.
I tell you something, I'm going to embarrass her on live video. So I met her, nice person, whatever. I'm used to people making promises and not keeping them, or saying they're going to do something and then sort of, I believe that life is 1 to 10. 1 to 5 is mediocrity. The Bible says, be hot or be cold. If you're lukewarm, I'll spat you out. Translation, even God doesn't like mediocrity. 5 to 7 is entertainment. Ladies, that's the guy you date but you don't marry. Guys, that's the woman that you think is cute, but she can't cook, she don't have a job, she can't raise children, she don't have a career, she don't have a skill, she's just cute, right? Same applies for the dudes. His credit score stinks, leave him where you found him. He's cute, she's cute, kiss him and leave him there. 8 to 10 is excellence. Not black excellence, not white excellence, not Latino excellence, not Asian excellence. It's just excellence. Can't be black for a living. You got to just be good at what you do. Don't live your life 1 to 5. Don't live your life 5 to 7. Live your life 8 to 10. Now, when I met this young lady, she was clearly 5 to 7, maybe 8, right? But I didn't know her. She talked a good game, and I know she did technically a good work. Dr. Anita Ward, who works for me, when I said we're moving the headquarters to Atlanta, I didn't give anybody notice. I said, that's what we're going to do. Dr. Ward, who was my chief transformation officer, raised her hand and said, I'm coming. I'm moving to Atlanta. Literally right now, she's moving to Atlanta from Los Angeles. Then before that, from Las Vegas, right? Didn't give me any lip, just said, you got me. You got my word. Didn't have to ask her twice. Didn't say what your moving date is. She says, I'm moving. I'm finding me the moving company. I'm there. I'm coming to Atlanta, the global headquarters. I assumed that this lady would want to stay in L.A. So she said, "What? Nobody asked me. What's wrong with y'all? What? You don't ask every black person in the company? Wait, only John gets asked. What's up?" So she didn't say the last part. So she said, "Nobody asked me." We asked her. She said, "I'm coming." She moved from L.A. to Atlanta because she believes that much. Stayed when we didn't have proper corporate housing. Stayed with her niece, right? See, she didn't think I was listening, right? Stayed with her niece. I remember all of that. You never know who's paying attention to your life. You never know who's paying attention to you. You never know who's listening, watching, admiring, criticizing what you do, decisions you make. So then if you quit your job 5 times in a year, you show up late for your job 3 times in a week, you can't then complain that was racism or discrimination. No, you just lazy. You just got bad habits. And that's why nobody wants to invest in you. You got to change your habits, and you got to make your liabilities your new assets. You got to realize the rainbows only follow storms. You cannot have a rainbow without a storm first. Take these lessons and transform your life, because a saint is a sinner that got up. A saint is a sinner that got up. There is no perfect. There's only what you do today based on the lesson you learned yesterday. Boom. Close us out.
So, once again, I am Melinda McLeod.
The last time they ever come to my office for an unscheduled meeting, like, we ain't doing that no more. He put us on video, put us on blast, acted a fool in front of all my relatives.
So, please reach out to me for Hope Corp.
She's trying desperately to keep a straight face. I guarantee you.
Which is for volunteers. You can send me an email at hope, HOPE, Corp, CORPS, at operationhope.org. As well as, please feel free, if you cannot email me, to give me a call. The number to reach me is 404.
Boom, she gave you her phone. I'm not giving you my phone. You ain't getting my phone. I ain't giving you nothing. No, you're going to have to hack my computer. You ain't getting my stuff. She might get a promotion for this, but y'all ain't getting my number. 404.
941-2919, and my extension is 231.
She gave you the extension.
Please feel free to reach out to me for FILE, which is our fellowship intern, as well as our Hope Corps, which is our volunteer program.
If
I
you
look forward
want
to
to volunteer at the annual meeting coming up, then volunteer.
and Hope Global Forum, it's April the 10th through the 12th. We would love to have each and every one of you to come out and support us and to get an opportunity to be a part of a great annual conference with thought leaders that are really talking about things that matter.
All right, so I'm going to leave you with this. I'm going to do a whole video on the power of your name, right? I'm about to do a $20 million deal. There's nothing to do with Operation O'Brien Group on my name, on my word. There's not a stitch of paper. There's not a contract. It's just simply John said it was so. I built this from nothing, ladies and gentlemen. My primary asset is my Rolodex. It's my database. And it's me calling on the phone and saying that what I'm saying to you can be believed. That's the power of your name. Build power in your name. That is your brand. It is your calling card. It's how people see you. I'm out. Love you much.
Bye.
Bye. I can't wait to get this over with.